Yo, my peoples, what's up? Welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. Jason here, and today I have a playthrough for Paperback Adventures, the Plothook character versus their series of enemies. This is the third and final playthrough that I'm doing for this game, for the One Stop Co-op Shop. I love this game so much. It is one of my favorites of the last couple of years. If this is the very first time you are encountering Paperback Adventures, it is a deck building, roguelike word game. Solo only for one player. You will start with a simple deck of cards that depict letters. You will spell words, and you will acquire better words and items along the way. There is a similar game called Paperback, also by Flowers Games. You'll see a playthrough of that in the One Stop Co-op Shop playlist. Paperback Adventures adds a character that you can progress throughout, and also a series of bosses, 6 of them, that culminate in an ultimate showdown. If you would like a full tutorial for this game, go ahead and check out the One Stop Co-op Shop playlist, Flowers Games /Paperback, and check out the crowdfunding link that I did when I previewed this game when it was on Kickstarter. I have a full tutorial with prototype components, but all the rules are there. I'm just going to jump right in to this third and final playthrough. This is the One Stop Co-op Shop. You're on the YouTube channel. We also have our YouTube stream channel, 2 separate areas for you to subscribe to, and please like the videos that you enjoy. We have our podcast, which is hundreds of episodes of gaming-focused content, solo, co-op, old, and new, lots of different voices and perspectives on your favorite podcast feed. You have our Discord, which is a great community. Come on in. It is free to join. The link is in the show notes. We have our Patreon. Please consider a contribution that helps us, keeps the games comes to the table and the tech upgraded. In exchange, you get exclusive access to videos as well as tiers in the Discord. But once again, if you just want to join our community, it is completely free to join. You are more than welcome to come in. We are the One Stop Co-op Shop, your one stop for solo and cooperative gaming goodness. You can buy up to 3 different characters for Paperback Adventures, and each of them play very, very differently. Let me go ahead and break down Plothook, the pirate. So 3 different powers that you'll see on their personal cards. The first one is Crew. When you fatigue this card, turn it 180 degrees. It can be used from the fatigue pile in your future words, using the icons on the dark top side. So here is an example of a Crew card. You use it, you get the symbols, that's fine. It doesn't do anything special. In your fatigue pile, you can bring it back, kind of like, calling back your crew from the depths. And as you see, oftentimes they'll have improved symbols, or the symbols will be differently distributed, and make your words longer. Plothook, their gameplay is about making longer words. Everybody's different. That is Plothook's hook, as it were. Comboing with that are cards called Barrage. If your word is at least 6, 7, or 8 letters long, gain the listed bonus. The bonuses are usually pretty sweet, so this is an example of a barrage. If you make 7, you get 5 extra shield. That is enormous in the economy of this game. And lastly, very exciting, Plunder. Gain 1 energy for each unblocked damage your word does this turn. This still triggers if the enemy does not block. So you want energy, Plothook will give it to you. If you have a card that is a plunder, it does not appear in the basic deck, these plunder cards. You have to acquire them. But you see how much offense you can generate, and also energy if you time it right. Plothook comes with 2 core cards and 1 starter item. First core card is Plothole the Parrot. Spend 1 boon to use an item. Do not pay its energy cost. Great if you get a very big costing item. You spend that 1 boon. That's nice. I have this card face down because it comes out of this envelope. Top secret. Only after the Kraken is defeated. The Kraken is the final boss. I have defeated the Kraken. I've defeated everything in this game. So if you do not want to be spoiled, you have your advanced warning right now. Go ahead and turn off the playthrough because I'm going to play with this card. I'm curious about it and also want to change up things, keep them interesting for the playthrough. So, okay, if you don't want spoilers, you're good to turn off the video now. I'm going to turn over this card. Ready? Here we go. Captain's Hat. If your word has 2 of the same letter adjacent to each other, gain 1 attack for each hex on the enemy. Kind of changes up the play style. I don't think I've spelled a single word. Maybe like 2 or 3 across the whole playthroughs that have 2 letters together. So this one incentivizes me looking for that opportunity. And finally, Cursed Ring. That's a starter card that comes right out of the box. You heal 1 and gain a letter of your choice. Once again, a play style that lends itself to making bigger and bigger words. Book One Lackey. The first enemy is the shark. 12 hit points. The enemy vowel is A. Starts with a boon. Each boon on you prevents a hex and is then removed. All right, simple stuff. So the first attack is you add a penalty card to your discard pile. If you don't know by now, if you haven't seen those other playthroughs, penalty cards are bad cards. Inconvenient letters that are hard to spell and they don't give you any bonuses. You deal with them and they go away. We'll figure that out. And then I deal 4 damage. The shark is a 2-trick pony. Oh, the humble beginnings. This will fill up before long. As it is now, I pull my 4 cards. S, T, D. Come on, vowel. E. I should be able to do something with that. So if I do not use a vowel this turn, then I would gain 1 energy at the end of the turn. But this play style incentivizes longer words, so we're just going to go for it. Teased. T has the barrage of 6, so I need to be a 6-letter word, which is why I did it. We're going to gain 4 attack. So let's go ahead and add up the energy first. The energy is 2. And we get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the shark's face. Down from 12 to 4. And might as well get that over with right now. Maybe I can flip them before they even do that first lick of damage. But they do add a penalty card to my pile. It is going to be J. The letters in the basic cards are usually fairly straightforward. Nothing too crazy. Should be able to make some words. N-I-C-A. All right, so we are diving into the dictionary immediately. Because I wanted to wring as much out of this play as possible. NiCad. NiCad is a type of battery, a nickel-cadmium battery. But NiCad is one of those portmanteaus, nickel, cadmium, that, you use it often enough that it just becomes agreed upon as a word. That's how words happen. I'm not going to argue with that. All right. Important for this playthrough is that I do 3 damage. That's all I care about. And I gain 3 shield. So I could have gone this way and had plenty of shield. I mean, this eye is just bursting with shield. But I would have done anything else. Maybe a little bit of energy. As it is, I got 1, which I will absolutely take. And I block 1. So I go from 20 to 19. So I could have, just not spelled that. Gone with one of these other powers, like gain 2 boon, get 2 energy. But I am not in the business of just trading 4 damage for effects. Expect there's not a lot of healing that comes out of the deck. So I'm going to be a little bit more careful than that. These are the last 2 letters in my deck, RL. I got 2 letters in my fatigue pile. So let me go ahead and pick 2 more. Boo. Boo! At least I'm getting it over with early. This cursed ring is really expensive. With the other characters, I don't know if their starter item was that expensive. This one doesn't feel like I'm going to use it as often as the others. But it is really good. All right, so let's go ahead and spell Jailer. Jaile with the wild card R. Didn't split it the other way for more attack because that would put the A on top, and the A as a vowel, the enemy vowel, would skip this ahead, which is really useless right now, and also eliminate the A from the round. So I don't want any of that. And I did want to use my J. Get out of here. Hopefully I never see you again. The power on R. First of all, I get 1 piddly little energy dink. And I gain 2 attack, which is going to be that attack. And then I wipe out 1 of those boons. So further skulls will be able to be put on the boss as long as they're not putting on a boon. So let's go ahead and flip over the shark and spill over 1 damage. So let's see, 1 damage right here. They are at 9 now. And their first power on this side is, if you're at max HP, I am not, gain 2. Otherwise, I deal 6 damage. Here it comes, baby. All right, 4 cards. We have SDAC. I'm at 19, so it's going to wallop me for 6. As you see, this guy's light on defense. Having played him before, not nearly as defensive as the Ex Machina or something. So I'm going to take that to the face. However, I'm going to use Cursed Ring. Cursed Ring cost me 3 energy, heal 1, putting me to full. which changes the effect on the shark. The shark is going to get 2 boon now, which I don't mind because I don't have a lot of capacity to give Skull maybe 1, which that is not going to do anything. And I will draw, well, not a draw card. I will going to get a letter of my choice to be able to make a bigger word. I say it over and over again. I love this game. I'm looking at my cards. I have so many options. The A, I can give some boon, or I can give some hex. That's actually not great, but whatever. The D, I was seriously considering putting that in the discard pile or in the fatigue pile so that I can use that again. S, draw one more card next hand. That's always good. But let's go ahead and play kind of for the long term. Get 2 boon with the word cadets. So then they are not going to attack me because I am at max HP. So they're going to add the 2 crown, which I'm totally fine with. They are going to take my wallop. They're going to be down to 5, and I get 2 bone to use at the acquisition phase after I beat this thing. My card that I pull is an E, a welcome attack. I'm going to pull 3 more cards. Ooh. Not a lot of offense at all. Defensive turn, if I ever saw one. All right, so this is not anything close to the optimal turn, but let's go ahead and set up for the next one. Lies. All defense, wipes out the 4 damage, nothing happens. Normally, I'm loath to do that because all that does is just take down my own attrition. However, draw 1 more card next hand. That is the power. I know what these 2 cards are. I'm just going to draw my hand. So we are going to take those more attack-oriented cards and spell our last word against this boss, which is dialed. I have dialed M for murder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is going to take the boss from 5 to 0, and you are defeated. The shark's lifeless eyes keep staring at you, but you push it aside. Your hands scrape against the old devil's sharp skin. You got to get where be trapped in that old fisherman's net before more sharks come into play. Draw 2 cards from the library. Choose 1 to replace a card in your deck. That's great. Upgrade a card. That's even better. Draw a random MacGuffin. Fantastic. Lose an HP. Wah, wah, wah. But the cursed ring should take care of that, hopefully. All right, so here's the market. If you are not aware, here's where the rewards come from, and here's where I can go shopping. So this is the library. These are the penalty cards down here. You'll see that in the archive. Let's go ahead and pick 2 cards. C, if the enemy lost HP during a prep phase, gain 5 energy. I don't know if I'm ever going to get one of those, so let's see what happens. P, plunder, 3 swords. Let's do it. P does not play too super good with N. Not as much as like PR or PL, which are some cards I was also considering. I might regret giving up all this defense. You got to give up something. So let's replace that with some defense and some offense. I'm going to upgrade a card that's going to be this L, Barrage 7. I'm getting myself to the point where I can get bigger and bigger words. So let's go ahead and make Barrage 7 as opposed to 2 and 2. Actually, it was 3 and 3. Let's make it 4 and 4. I get a random MacGuffin, which has to come from the bottom of the deck. I have to choose between these 2 options in this 1 card. The first time each battle you take any amount of damage, gain 4. Whew, even if that's damage I do to myself or damage I kind of allow, that's super tempting. Narwhal Tusk. You may play your words backwards. Let me do the Narwhal Tusk. I've never actually played with this before, and I've played this a bunch of times at this point. This might help me get those crew cards into the fatigue pile. Does all sorts of stuff. Narwhal Tusk. Let's have some fun. On to Book 1, Boss. Here is the next boss, the Buccaneer. But before we get to that, one last little bit of setup stuff from the last round. I am going to use my 2 boon, and I'm going to get Musket. Each letter in your word adds an additional attack this turn. Plothook makes long words. We are going to try to set that up beautifully. Here is the Buccaneer, 12 hit points of Common Vowel A. That's not bad. Here I deal 3 damage and add a penalty card to your discard pile. Don't like that. Block 5, block 10 if instead a penalty card is in your hand. That's okay. I deal 8 damage. That's bad. I'm going to try to turn her before she fires off this one for sure, because I don't have a lot of defense here. Here is my lovely musket getting cocked and ready to shoot. Let's go ahead and get our letters, D, P, I, R. I'm showing the wrong side. Let's get some offense going here. All right, so I could spell drip and get this loaded up as a crew card, but I have so many these symbols over here, the attack symbols. I am going to just go for it. So let's spell pride right there. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6 attack symbols on plunder. Plunder is gain an energy for each unblocked damage your word does this turn. How much unblocked damage? 6. How much energy? 7. 1 with the D that I have there. And reprisal. She is going to deal 3 damage to me. So that's the some damage that I take. Don't love that. I don't love trading like that. But 3 is okay. And getting them to this much damage, this close to flipping, I think it's worth it. 3, 4, 6 damage. So that's going to be 6 hit points total. I do get the penalty card, a Z. All right, next hand, we got 4 cards. SETL. Okay, I could work with that. Should I use the musket now? Nah, we don't need that thing now. We got 1 turn of setup because they're going to block 5. I'd rather save that for more opportune time. So we got 1, 2, 3 energy, up to 10. Wow, what a great investment of some high energy items. Might go into an energy strat for this time. Draw 1 more card next hand. That's great. 3 swords go up against her 5 block. That's not going to happen. So she's going to deal out 8 damage. We'll see if she actually gets that off. All right, my last 2 letters of my deck are CA. Let's go ahead and pull 3 this time. Good thing. Get out of here, penalty card. I don't like you at all. Definitely at least using the musket. Going down from 11 to 7. I had 11, not 10, because I didn't use my wild this turn. So 7, musket, do no wrong. We're also going to use the cursed ring. Let's go for it. Letter of my choice. We are going to spell crazier. Get out of here, Z. I don't like you. I always try to use you if I can. Look at that delicious power of the musket. Each letter in your word adds an additional attack this turn. 7 letters, 7 attack, 8, 9, 10. So that is going to blow the boss down right there. Do 6 and then 4 overflow damage. So then she goes from 16 to 12. She's going to land right there at 12. I think that is completely fabulous. She shackles up here. She doesn't do anything for this turn. And I get 2 boon to spend next turn, hopefully on just as impactful an item. Doubtful, though. This musket is crazy. It's crazier. All right, the next round, let's go ahead and take our last 4 cards of the deck. I'm going to reshuffle at the end of this. And I have a feeling I'm going to be using this thing. I'm going to be using it on Tailed, T-A-I-L-D-D. Like a shakedown in a movie. I tailed him. All right. Barrage, 6-letter word, gain 4. Musket. Each letter in your word adds an additional attack. Just right there. That is 10 damage. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No way. No way. No way. I blew you away. I gotta call the designer. That shouldn't have happened, should it? The rakish pirate smiles as she jumps ships. This won't be the last time you see me. Check the deck over there. That is the last time indeed that I will see you. After a moment, the first mate shrugs and gestures towards the wheel. Guess you're the captain now. Welcome aboard. Draw 2 cards from the library and add 1 to the deck. Draw 3 Boss MacGuffins. Boss MacGuffins are amazing. Choose 1 to keep. Heal 8 HP. Draw 2 items and choose 1 to keep. Did not go down. I'm only healing 3, but I will take being at full HP going into book 2. All right, so first of all, let's do the library card. We got you. If the enemy lost HP during a prep phase, gain 2. S. That's a lot of attack. Let's go ahead and throw that one in my hand. And by the way, because it was a boss, I get to keep this card, which is fantastic. Let's not worry about any decisions there. I do have to worry about decisions on items. I draw 2 and chuck 1. Wanted poster, draw a card. If the letter is in the enemy's name, keep it. Otherwise, discard. Kind of a roll the dice there. Mini fridge, you heal 2 or give 2. If you have 3 or more, boon, do both instead. Do I plan on having a lot of boon? Nah. I have a lot of items already that are pretty intensive. This one adds to my hand another resource to be able to make a bigger hand, which is just so good. Boss MacGuffin time. 1, 2, 3. Rubber band ball. Gain those things for that's 2 and 2 and 2 for every penalty card in your word. I don't know what's coming up, but we'll see about that. Brand new skateboard. If your word has 5 letters or more, double any hits or blocks on your bottom card. Strong candidate, because everything I have is 5 letters or more. Spinning wheel. At the end of the turn, the enemy loses 3 HP if they have 5 or more hex on them. I've definitely had characters where that's been good, but we're going to go brand new skateboard. Speaking of boon, I'm going to spend my last 2 boon. Upgrade this S that I just got. I noticed that upgrading it, it would crew, and also when I use it, gain 1 boon. This S is probably going to get used every single fight, so getting a boon on top of that sounds really great. On to Book 2 Lackey. Book 2 Lackey are the Sirens. HP 15, there we go. Enemy val is E. Their shtick is putting on hex, and they have headache. You draw 1 less card each hand for every hex on you. I've dealt with them before in other playthroughs. They're always annoying. This power is telling you don't attack me this first turn. If I'm at max AP, fatigue the top card of your deck. Otherwise, I give 2 hex, which would mean draw 2 less cards this turn. Devastating. Not going to hurt you the first turn. Then, if I have any hex on me, deal 6 damage. Otherwise, I give a hex. So hex is kind of unavoidable. Same power as above. And then remove all the hex on you. I deal 2 damage for every hex removed. So there's a way to kind of dance around all this, and I'm going to see if I can navigate that with my card play. So speaking of musket from the last battle against the Buccaneer, completely responsible for 14 damage by itself, blew the Buccaneer away. Contacted the designer. It's like, this is right. That seems a little OP, especially in the hands of Plothook. They're like, you know what? Go ahead, have fun with your combos. So we are going to just use musket as is and see if it can continue to pass muster. All right, so let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4. IARC. Let us continue to enjoy the flexibility enabled by the narwhal. So we are going to spell arc, A-R-C, and use this side. If I had spelled arc the normal way, it would be this. There would be attack. I would get 2 hex. We're not living that life. Instead, we're going to do this. So no attack I have to deal with. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 energy for not using the wild card. So let's go ahead and give ourselves 6 energy right now. That'll be great for our subsequent turns. And give 1 hex to the boss. Fantastic. They respond by fatiguing the top card of my deck. And I have 3 of those cards that actually work off of my deck. Cards like this. I did not use the eye this turn, but I have a couple of others. Oh, yeah. Oh, you fatigued the S, though. Don't do that. All right, so now it's a little bit more important that I actually show my fatigue pile. The boss fatigued this S. It is cocked and loaded, ready to go. When I splay to the left, it'll give me 3 swords amongst some shields, but I'll take that. It's better than nothing. This is my discard pile. All right, so we have E, P, D, S. Okay, I'll make a word out of that. I think I'm going to hold off on items for just 1 more turn. All right, so let's spell speed using the common letter, not using the wild card. So I'm going to get 2 energy out of that right away. And I'll just remember to draw 1 card next hand. So this is where my these things come in, the MacGuffins. So first of all, I got a brand new skateboard. The word is 5 letters or more. Double any hits or blocks in my bottom card. That is the D. Tried to get the P on the bottom. I might have been able to kind of flip things around, use the narwhal tusk, but that's just fine. All right, so we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And also the captain's hat. Yep, this came into play. If you have your word has two of the same letter adjacent to each other, gain one for each hex on the enemy. I have one hex on the enemy unlocked by the double E together, so that is another attack. So that is 9 total damage on the boss. That gives me a lot more hope that I can avoid this one. If I could do 6 damage and flip this, then forget this whole I give 2 nonsense. Get out of here. Although a strat would also be to kind of get her here, skip this, get her here, have her remove my boon, or remove my hex, because guess what happens? I don't have any hex, so she's going to give me a hex. So I might just keep her on this side, let her trigger this, and then flip her over here. I got something to think about. Last 2 cards in my deck were LT. I still have this S on my fatigue pile, but I only get one more card. That will be a D. Let's go ahead and use the cursed ring down from 8 to 5 and get a letter of my choice. Use all this stuff. Untooled. So I am liking how offensive this character is, coming way opposite of my playthrough of Ex Machina. So this is great. All right, so energy, I get 1, 2, so I'm back up to 7. Damage, barrage, I spell the 6-letter word, so I get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Brand new skateboard, fires off again, 9, 10. Oh, is the captain's hat. That gets me 11. Boom! That is -6. And then we flip her to the side, which is 15, and that's -5 off of that, which is 10, and she is stunned, ladies and gentlemen. I figured, especially with this second effect. So the first effect, a block 5, heal 5, that well, I guess the overshoot didn't really do too much, but that's fine. Second one, if I'm at max HP, which you're not, actually, she might be because of the heal. I would pay attention to this whole thing. Give 3 hex. So I definitely want to skip that. Whether I do it by the max HP and just absorb it, or just skip it with the E power, I have options. You know what, though? I feel really bad. A slight retcon, but it doesn't really affect anything because I'm just adding damage. I'm going to go ahead and use this ball of cheese. So we're going to spend 7 down to 3 and add a attack for each letter in my word. No conditions. I've made sure, talk to the designer about that. So that is going to take her down from 10 to 4. So I didn't realize that she was going to heal. So as soon as I saw that heal, I'm like, you know what? Let me just get her down. She'll be down to 9 at the end of this, and I think I can get her by the time I get to this. So this will be a setup turn, and then I'll hopefully finish her off there. I am only drawing 3 cards, though, so this might not be that exciting. P, E, and C. So I have 2 cards left in my deck. I know that they are I and R because that's what I got. I could just look at my deck and see everything. Discard, that's all open information. There's no memory game here. Both I and R are in Sirens. Wanted poster. Draw a card. If the letter is in the enemy's name, keep it. Otherwise, discard the card you have. So I am going to hope that I draw the R. I have 50% chance. Okay. All right. That one attack may make the difference. Okay. I honestly feel like I just have all these wonderful tools to do so much damage. That's amazing. We're going to go Pacer. Pacer, spelled backwards. Reason being, I want the P on the bottom because of brand new skateboard. That will double the swords on the bottom, which is 6, 7, 8. The top is R. That is 9, 10. Overcomes her block 5. Does 5 damage. Boom. The siren is dead. Your sweet siren lullaby is drowned out by the sound of gunfire. And thus the hero triumphed over the cursed sirens of those bewitching isles. Then from the heavens came a call for the hero, an angelic song requesting but one more task for the promise of a glittering reward. The hero dared not defy the celestial challenge. Kind of gussying up the fact that I'm a bounty hunter. Draw 3 cards from the library, choose one. Draw 3 items, keep one. I start the next battle, fatigue, the top 2 cards in my deck, boo. And start the next battle with 2 energy. I don't love starting with fatigue cards. That just really puts me behind the eight ball, and I don't know. I can, yeah, I'm gonna have to fatigue the random two, so it might be really good. But this side gave me a library card and a heal, which I did not need. So I'm just gonna deal with the fatigue and see what happens. All right, draw the top three cards of the archive. Let's see if I got three. Nope, I got four. Let's see, three. R. For every R in my word, including this one, to draw an additional card this hand. I have an R. I don't know about that. I give a skull. I like the captain's hat. I really do. So giving skulls might not be a bad thing. And Y is a crew card. So this is funny because they're in a different place. So like the Y, normally the shields are over here. And then the swords are over there. I haven't used a lot of my crew, so I don't know. All right, I'll try to make a concerted effort to use more of the crew cards. So I'm going to take this I and replace the I. I keep on getting caught. I'm playing a very offensive game. This is completely blank. I know this could be good, but just don't see much opportunity for that getting used there. So let's keep that Y. 2 items. Fiery Blade. The enemy loses 5 HP if you have 3 or more boon on you. I don't know about that. Plot Armor. Each letter in your word adds an additional shield this turn. Basically the equivalent of the musket, only cheaper. Let's do it. On to the book 2, boss. All right, Sea Serpent, 24 hit points. Big boy. And an E for the enemy Val. First effect, I block 3, fatigue the top card of your deck. By the end of turn 1, I'll have 4 fatigue cards out of 11. Not liking that. See if I can get some kind of fatigue recovery going. Or maybe you'll fatigue one of my crew cards. Who knows? Next effect, to deal 5 damage, you give 5 hex. Then next effect after that, I deal 7 damage. So it does hit hard. These skulls, though, don't deny me card draw. Thank goodness. Not the headache effect. It goes to this 4th. You lose 1 HP for every hex on you. So it is non-attack. I can't block it. And as those add up, on the other side, I'll add more. That will become deadly. There is also this added effect for kind of like the big kaiju feel. If your word has 6 letters or more, my attacks deal double, and I take double damage from your attacks. So I'm going to want to kind of inchworm my way down here, and hopefully by the time I get to here, I'll be able to kind of blammo the huge word and flip them. We'll see if I can pull that off. Let's get our first card draw going. Actually, before I do that, I have to fatigue the first top 2 cards of this deck. So I was so excited to get going, but let's go ahead and do that. The Y that I just got, it is crew, so that's not bad. And a T, ooh, no. I use this every fight, no. So the Y is going to hang out, the T is unfortunately going to disappear on me. All right, so let's go ahead and pull 4 cards. E, D, L, S. A word leaps out of me right away. Fortunately, we're going to have to use the wild to deny me an energy. Although I did start the battle with 2 because of that thing. So, fatigue card, energy, we'll call it a wash. Deals. So we have 1, 2 energy, making 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Brand new skateboard, 8, 9, 10. Yeah! Blocks 3, but eats 7. So that is down to 17 hit points right away. So let's go ahead and fatigue that D and also fatigue the top card of my deck, which is my Boon Giver. Oh, man. Thanks to all those shenanigans, I'm already down to my last 4 cards in the deck. I can't believe it. So 7 cards left in my hand. This will not take long, people. And so this is why I dedicated myself to 3 different playthroughs of this game. Mostly for me. If anybody else is watching, I'm perfectly happy to have you along. But I wanted to explore the combos. Narwhal Tusk and Brand New Skateboard is killing these bosses. I could play my words backwards. Putting letters on the bottom for this 5-letter effect, double any hits or blocks. So I have just been writing that into the sunset. And we're going to do that again. Parses. P-A-R-S-E-S. Spelled backwards. So that is an S right there. So I'm not going to get the energy. So I'm just going to get the 1 right there. The effect is draw 1 more card next hand. I remember that. But here's the key thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is a 6-letter word. So that is doubled. 9 is 18. Boom! Boom, son! That is unbelievable! Oh my goodness gracious. So that is 20. The overflow damage is going to take it down to 19. And I'm just going to sit here have a really, really good time with this whole thing. Let's draw that P again. I have another extra crack at it because I'm drawing one more card next hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ESLRA. Boo! But backup plan, wanted poster. Spend 1. Draw a card. The letter is in the enemy's name. Keep it. C. Sir Pent. Oh, yeah. Very exciting. No wild. I have specifically kept my hand. You see that I've really decided how to build my deck. Letters that make sense together, not throwing stuff in there. Making sure like the P goes with the R and the L, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, patting myself on the back. Parsley. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It is a 6-letter word. That's 28 damage. I didn't even use the musket. Boom. Ah! Before the slowly sinking serpent becomes unreachable, you search the monster's cavernous mouth. Between the rows of spiked teeth, you find a crewman you thought lost forever. He triumphantly raises an item he found stuck to one of the teeth. I get a whole bunch of stuff. A 1 card from the library among 2 to keep, another boss MacGuffin, a heal, haha, lol, and a free item. So I haven't gotten any boon whatsoever, so I'm not even going to show the market. Who needs that? Who has time for boon? I'm just blowing these bosses away. Let's pick 2 cards from the library. Going to keep 1, A, an improved crew card, or H. If you used at least 3 items this turn, gain 6 shield. This is interesting. So H would kind of mess up my strat a little bit. But look at the next boss over here, Grand Cannon. It's just straight up damage. Deal 5, deal 7, deal 15. And I could theoretically take it out, but I might not want to chance that. I haven't gotten so much use out of my crew cards. Yeah, I think I might just go with this H. Gain the 6, at least, and it has 2 swords on there. Sure, why not? And that just gets added to my deck. Boss MacGuffin time. We're going to draw 3 and see which ones I want. Check it out. Capuchin Monkey. Every shop in the item costs 1 boon less. Meh. I'm not even getting that. Tower Shield. The first time I will take any amount of damage in a battle, take 1 instead. I might just do that. Let's see what happens. And Strange Egg. You gain another wild card in addition to a starting wild card. Ding, 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 ding. This just means longer and longer words or a source of energy, like 1 energy of each round. So that is absolutely going to happen. I appreciate that. And finally, I draw 2 more items. I keep 1. Memory banks, gain a letter of your choice. If it is a consonant, gain 2 shield. Okay. Eye patch, search your deck and set a card aside, then shuffle your deck, putting this card you set aside on top. Flip this card. Yes. If I wanted to hunt down that P or something else, I have a quick way to get it. My strat didn't need to come together because I'm blowing these bosses away worse than the other 2 characters. But whatever, we're having fun over here. On to the Book 3 Lackey. All right, so I just showed this boss, but just to make it official, 20 hit points, enemy violence A, deal 5 damage, deal 7 damage, deal 15 damage, the big one, and then do nothing. Very volatile. When I'm stunned, this damage actually becomes a deal 7. So even flipping it, I won't be able to escape damage. This might be the perfect boss because I'm so built for offense, and it is going to bring it back to me. So I probably will beat this boss, but will I retain enough hit points to survive the final Book 3 boss? All right, first things first, let's go ahead and draw our 4 cards. I drew my H. Come on, vowel. Give me a vowel. That's not a vowel. So even though I'm winning, I'm having fun with this optimization puzzle. It's still a puzzle getting through these enemies. So we are going to go with the 7-letter word, slashed, or clashed, or flashed, or something. Oh, wait a minute. That should be the letter of your choice. That should be a wild card, which I got with the strange egg. So let's go ahead and remove that. Use the ability of the card below, which is the L. So the reason why that is important, well, first of all, let me go ahead and give myself 3 energy. Wish I had more, but can't have everything. I did get the barrage, 7 letters, gain 4 and 4. This is an upgraded card, so I finally got to unleash the power. So, all right, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nope, hold on a second. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 because of the brand new skateboard. Oh my God, so much good stuff. So we're going to bring it down from 20 to 6. No way this thing survives to deal 7 damage this turn. And I got 4 blocks, so it only does 1 damage to me. That took a little while to work out. I'm still so satisfied. So that felt really, really good. I got the L at the perfect time. Let's see if I draw the P this turn. I have 12 cards, so they're in groups of 4. So I did not draw the P. Oh, that's about the least offensive thing I could have drawn. Oh, no. This was a really difficult one. Again, the puzzle is how do I make it through without losing all my hit points? So, I'm going to settle on Catty. Catty. Let's give ourselves 2 boon and 2 energy. Oh, man. This is... the pieces are popping out a little bit. So this might be a good time to take a miniature break. When I did talk to the designers again, they realized the issue with the tokens over here being a little bit too big for the slots. So Flowers is working on some replacement parts, smaller ones that fit in there, that slide off. I'm going to have a note in the show notes for all 3 videos about this issue. So contact Flowers Games. They might put you on a list or, get a notification that these will be replaced at some cost. I don't know how much of the cost is going to be. Hopefully, not too unreasonable. I'll be able to replace that. Great. Back to the action. I got 2 boon. I also get 3 energy, 4, 2 for here and 1 for the unused wild. I used the other one. And we get 1, 2, 3 attack. So down to 3. Deal 7 damage, but block 4. So this is 2 block, and then the brand new skateboard works for hits and blocks. So I will absolutely take that to the bank. 7 damage turns into 3, which I can totally manage. No cards, no crew cards in my fatigue pile just yet. 4 cards here. I know what they are because there are only 4 cards left on deck. Got the P. R-E-S. Should be able to make a much more offensive word with these. All right, using it all. All the wilds, everything. Praised. P-R-A-I-S-E-D. Spelled backwards with the narwhal tusk. Same trick. Putting the P on the bottom so that brand new skateboard doubles it. It makes it 6, 7, 8. That will flip the boss and give me 1 energy. So when the boss flips, it will deal 7 damage to me. However, 7-letter word. Let's go ahead and spend 3 on plot armor. I should declare this before all that, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Plot armor 3. Each letter in your word adds an additional shield this turn. Needed to get the 7 letters. It blocks the 7 damage attack. Grand Cannon, you do nothing to me. Except for challenge me to block 7 damage again next turn. Oh, well. So that is 18 over here. So that is 6, 7, 8. It's going to deal 5. So then it has 13 hit points left. Can I get it down in 1 turn? I kind of doubt it, but I'm going to give it my best shot. All right, drawing up 4 cards. Let me see. We got S, Y, R, T. Didn't get no P. Got the Y for janky offense. This is not what I wanted to pull. I absolutely love the fact that I thought I was just going to romp this thing, and it is dealing so much damage that I have to think twice about my strategies. I can still do it. Let's not get it twisted. But I am definitely rummaging my brain for all sorts of good stuff. All right, so we are going to spell something backwards. We're going to spell trysts, which are, I believe, dalliances, affairs, some such thing. So we are going to also Once again, I did not think I was going to get so much use out of this. But the sake of saving hit points, always worth it. Plot armor. Going to add enough defense to block this 7 damage. And I get barrage, so that's going to be 4, 5, 6 hit. So from 13 down to 7, which means they are in range to get taken out next turn. I don't have a lot of energy for it, but I shouldn't need that much energy, especially with the P coming. So let's go ahead and also give myself 1 energy back. That might not make too much of a difference. I am going to use this eye patch. The eye patch says, search your deck and set aside a card, then shuffle your deck, putting the card you set aside on top, then flip this card. I have 5 cards left, so there's a 20% chance that I won't get the P, which has been my main offense. So the P was on the bottom. We're going to go ahead and put that on the top, shuffle the rest, and come back. So the P alone gives me 6 if I put it on the bottom, which I've been doing with my combo, but let's see if I can squeeze a little bit more out of that. Go ahead and spell phased. Phased. Tons of offense. Didn't even need to put the P on the bottom. All my offense clustered. The Grand Cannon has been defeated. Boom. The fearsome ship takes on more and more water, and its sailors cling to the fresh flotsam. You approach the once proud ship's figurehead to a handsome merman. You notice something odd in a merman's hand and pull it free before that Grand Cannon slips entirely into the sea. More banditry. Draw 2 cards from the library, choose 1 to replace, upgrade the card chosen a step above, and a random MacGuffin. I'm excited about MacGuffins. All right, reward time. Pick 2, 1 to keep. F. Barrage 7, gain 1 for every icon of your word. Let me not push my luck with the letters, the rarer letters anyway. Let's look at A. If you use at least 3 items this turn, including core items, gain 5. I think I could manage that now. I have some flexibility with items. Let's go ahead and take the A. I got to replace. So this A isn't doing too much for me. I have not used Boon, or I've not used Hex at all. I've had characters that have used tons and tons of Hex, just not this game. And it says I can upgrade that new A. So let's see what the A has in store for me. So instead of gaining 5, I would gain 7. 7. And a random MacGuffin. MacGuffins come from the bottom of the pile. Let's see what we got. We got Battle Tactics. If the enemy attack would do 7 or more damage to you. After blocks, it only deals 6 damage. Let's see. This boss doesn't deal that much direct damage. It would have been better last time. Too bad. You might be a little bit too late. Long lost lance. When the enemy blocks, reduce their block by half, rounded down. Next enemy certainly blocks. Let's go ahead and take that lance. I have 2 boon, and I could buy something, but I'm actually going to save the boon for the plot hole, the parrot. Spend 1 boon to use an item. With that combination with that A I just got, let's go ahead and just roll with it. No new items. On to the final boss. At last, our long journey is over. We have found the Kraken. 20 hit points. Enemy val is E. First action, I gain 1 boon, then I deal 5 damage for every boon on me. So that is going to add up. So basically, the shtick is that boons will deal damage and skulls will heal. So the second one, I deal 6 damage. It gives 3. You lose 3 energy. So he's going to suck that out of me too. On the flip side, they'll heal. And then this last one, Still Waters, I block 5 and gain 3. So if I did nothing, 1, 2, 3, 4, this attack would be 4 boon, which would do 20 damage, which is an insta-kill, which is the idea. That's not going to happen. Last battle means I have all sorts of toys to play with. Yes. Yes. Come on, good word. Let's see what I can do with that. Time to reach into the Scrabble dictionary and uncover Meshi. That's an M. I love the Scrabble dictionary. I've been using it the whole time. Let's get rid of that wild card, and we're going to fatigue that E, but not before. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Man, just strolled up. Boom! Right off the jump with some damage and 1 energy. Actually, 2 energy for 1 unused wild card. And I have 2 block. I had to get the 5 letters in order to get the skateboard to go. So that is 4 block. So gain 1 boon right there. And yeah, man, this is really hard to do with one hand and running the camera and everything. Come on, Tim. Let's go ahead and give that those improved tokens sooner rather than later. That's okay. Take your time. Anyway, one boon. They have 5 damage for every boon on me. I squeak down from 16 to 15, although this Kraken can pile on the damage if I'm not careful. All right, let's see what I got over here. We got DTP. Come on, Val. Come on, Val. Val. Oh, it's the big Val. Oh, we know what we're gonna do with that. Okay, so this is the item where if you use 3 items this turn, gain 7. I've been planning for this. I didn't know when I was going to draw it, but I have had a plan in mind. So let's go ahead and use this boon that I did not spend. I saved it for this very issue. Spend a boon and use an item. So then that for the low cost of 1 boon, I get to use 2 items. The item is going to be Cursed Ring. So then let's go ahead and gain a health. I cannot be on the top row, people. I got to be on this beginner row. And gain a letter of your choice. So right there, I look like we have the beginnings of a plan. I need 3 items. I only have 2 energy. Let's go ahead and use the eye patch. I only have 4 cards to draw, so it doesn't matter what I put on top of my deck. That will just enable me to get 7 energy, or I'm sorry, not 7 energy, 7 attack, worthy sacrifice. But we're actually not going to use the letter of our choice. We're just going to spell adept. I wanted that A on top. That is so good. All right. So first of all, the energy. I'd already given myself the energy. 2 from the cards, 3 off of the cards over here, and the unused wilds gives me 7. All right. So let's do some attack. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, which would be enough to flip the boss. However, I intentionally used the vowel. So we are just going to reduce the boss from 14 to 1 because they blocked my 15 into 13. Oh, you block 5, you say? Yeah, right. Long Lost Lands. Whenever the enemy blocks, reduce their block by half, round it down. They blocked 2. So now they're down to 1. So then they gain 3 boons. So that's important, sort of. If by some miracle I get 0 attack, no, that's not happening, and they are able to attack me, they would insta-kill me. But I'm not going to let that happen, and they're not going to use their boon attack until the tentacle slam way down there. Because they're so low now, they're not going to make it there. That is the strategy. All right, last 4 letters of the deck. SRLC. How much attack do I have? What happened? What happened to all my attack? All right, we're not going to mess with this boss anymore. Let's go. Big letters. Slicers. I was really hoping to set stuff up where I can get even more letters, like spell 8, 9, 10 little words. We're going to have to save that for a future playthrough. Down the line, we're going to just go ahead and get this one over with. So we're going to use the 4. I've been good. I have not abused the power of musket, but 7 letters, I can't resist that. So 7, wild card is out. Barrage, 7-letter word, gain 4. That is 11, 12, 13. Nothing is doubled. It specifically is not double energy. So then let's do the 1 and deal 12 on the other side, stunning it. So down from 24 to 12. A lot more damaging attacks over here. So like here, deal 6 damage. Give 3 skulls, lose 3 energy, block 10, heal, and give a big wallop. You're not going to last that long. All right, so let's just put this Kraken out of its misery. I'm not going to go ahead and move the camera. This is what I drew. We're going to add in 1 wild card to make pushy. So we got 3, 6, 8, and musket for the 5 letters. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It has 12 hit points left. I mean, oh, I know I've been hyping up these last little ones. I've been thinking. Yeah, this one was a little bit a sad case. The sea, roiling with activity moments ago, now quietly rocks your ship back and forth. The crew starts the unenviable process of removing the giant tentacles from the ship's deck. One coiled tentacle appears to grasp something. Could it be the treasure the legend spoke of? You win! Congrats. Ignore the rewards below unless told otherwise by book 4. There is no book 4. I have won my 3rd and final playthrough of Paperback Adventures. So I'll be totally honest. My hope when I started these 3 playthroughs was to go 2 out of 3. win two, show the combos, have that glorious adventure, but have one game at least where the game fought back and showed you that there is challenge here. Instead, Plothook just went crazy. The combo that came together in particular was just really, really strong. So if you are on the fence about this project because of the perceived ease with which I beat the game, number one, I did not film all the thinking that went into it. Man, I was looking up words, and the playthrough was at least twice as long as what you see on the screen, or each one of those playthroughs actually. But if you are interested in a further wrinkle, there are these. These are plot cards. And so there are all sorts of conditions. They're double-sided. There's a whole bunch of them. You can do something simple, like take 6 damage at the start of the game. That just kind of like gets you off on a little bit of precarious foot. And then you can arc up difficulty 3, and or you can -5 if you want to make it easier. But these are ways to kind of adjust the difficulty of the game. It's just so folks know that there is more challenge, adjustable challenge here in this package. But at the end of the day, even though I did win my 3 playthroughs, I still had so much fun doing it. This is one of those games that's going to be at my bedside. I'm going to take it out. It's one of those games I'm going to continue to play, which I really can't say for a lot of my playthroughs. So I'm super happy with Paperback Adventures. I'm super happy with having the opportunity to do 3 playthroughs. And if you lasted this long with me, then I appreciate you coming along for the ride as well. This is Jason with the One Stop Co-op Shop, reminding you that we'll see you at the next stop.